Hey, welcome to a FrightMaps tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about the Bluetooth-enabled Skelly. And I'm going to walk you through FrightMaps and how to use it. So first, you're going to start right on the map. And what you want to do is go to the bottom tab bar, you're going to see more. Once you hit more, you're going to be greeted with a whole lot of items. The only item we're worried about today is called BLE animatronics. BLE stands for Bluetooth Low Energy. So tap that. Once you're here, any enabled props that have Bluetooth and is compatible with FrightMaps, you're going to be able to connect to. So first, we'll connect right to the Skelly. As you'll see, we're waiting for the top to turn connected. So you can see the top where it says control, the little pill turned green, we're connected. So the second thing I want to go through, we're going to go bit by bit. So the AI voice minutes, what is this? So when you generate audio files, it takes minutes. If you generate a 20-second audio file, it's just going to take 20 seconds off of your time. Why do we charge for this? We use a service called 11 Labs. 11 Labs charges us to use their service. So we have to, divide that up amongst everybody and determine how much minutes cost. Now, we give you 2 minutes for free, I think, which is plenty. If you want to generate, 5 to 8 files, that's completely fine. That's free. If you want to go dive deeper and you want to save some of your files, you can upgrade. So the minutes here is what it is. So if you generate a 1 minute file, deduct 1 minute. If you generate a 20-second file, deduct 20 seconds. If there's an error generated in the file, there's no deduction made. So we have three plans. The free plan, we have the $7.99 plan, um, and then the $12.99 plan. And that all grants you different amounts of minutes, from 35 to 70 to 15. You can make the choice of what you would like. So the biggest thing of controversy that we've been hearing is how do we make the audio come out of the skeleton? So right here we see a little icon box that says make Skelly speak. Now this is the same mechanism if you were in the SVI app and you would click live and you could speak through your skeleton, you would use that. So when we toggle this on, it tells the skeleton to go into live mode. And when we go into live mode, we need to connect to the second Bluetooth device from the skeleton. So the first is the animated Skelly, which we've just done. Next, we need to connect to the animated Skelly live feature. So when we hit this toggle, we're going to see a little pop-up that says, attention, please open your Bluetooth settings and connect to the animated Skelly Live. We don't actually have a mechanism to open that directly, so you could hit settings here. We'll have to swipe back, and this is iOS. Android is a little different. We want to go to Bluetooth, and now you can see we're connected to animated Skelly. We need to connect to animated Skelly Live. If there's a password, the password is 1234. When it's successful, you'll hear a ding dong. Now we have Skelly up and he can talk. So to test this, we can go to one of the pre-generated audio files and kind of hit play. So you can see we are up and running. Now, we've gone over the minutes. We've gone over how to make Skelly speak. Next is the system prompts. The system prompt is when you use AI to talk to your Skelly. You use the system prompt to tell Skelly how you want it to respond. You could use it for length, you could use it for personality. Any way you want to control how the Skelly talks back to you, you add it here. So right here we have just a default prompt. You are a horror movie villain brought to life. Your personality blends some iconic characters, haunting style. You're controversial, you're engaging. You're almost like a friend who can't resist twisting every line into something sinister. And we can go on, but you can get as sophisticated as you like. Now, we've also introduced a library function. This library function has prompts I've made and prompts the community has. So if you are stuck for a little bit of creativity, You can go into the prompt library. You can look through some of the personalities we have. You can select one, and now it loads into the system prompt. If you create your own, you could save it with the save button. And when you do that, you have the opportunity to also share it with the community. So if you think you have a personality that other people may want, you could save it, share it with the community. Your neighbor down the road can then use that personality. Great. So next, part of the system prompt, we could say something to Skelly, which we could. Good morning, Skelly. Ask Skelly, which is the purple button. And then
Yes, yes. Welcome to my domain of chaos and despair. Fright device rubs hands together gleefully.
So you could tell it not to say some of those things. We'll get into that. So then you could tap to talk. Then you could actually press this green button. Hey, Skelly, say hi to YouTube community. Do you want to? We stop recording, processes it, sends it off.
Hello, my dear unwitting audience. I am the harbinger of chaos, the jester of destruction, the master of mayhem. Now, who wants to be my next victim?
So you could see you could talk directly to him, and he could actually keep a history. So he could say, "Hey Skelly, my name is Mike. I'm the creator of FrightMaps. I brought you to life. Can you say what's up, Mike?" Stop talking, and as you can see, it's just so we don't interrupt. You know,
Well, if it isn't the supposed creator of little old me. I was not brought to life by anyone. I am the very embodiment of chaos itself. So don't try.
do you remember what my name is?
See now, was it Bob or was it Phil? But how can I be sure you're not just trying to trick me? Fright device.
Well, you can see. But yeah, it'll keep a history of all of your conversations, so you could build it. But he's a trickster, so he probably won't answer appropriately. Um, you could also see we have a clear button, so the conversation is now cleared out of memory. And as we were talking, you could see your audio is synced with the cloud. Now, every time you produce audio, because you're buying those voice minutes, it syncs to the cloud if you are a pro member. And what that does, if you have an iPad and you sign in on your phone, your iPad, it will actually sync those audio files across all of your devices. So you might see a little yellow button underneath that says Sync Govee devices for AI control. If you have Govee products and you know how to get the API key, and we'll teach you in the app, you could actually tell the AI to control the Govee lights to go along with the skeleton. Okay. We also have speak directly to voice. So what that means is whatever you type, he'll say, and we also have the option to animate during the speech. So, hi YouTube, it's Mike from FrightMaps.
YouTube, it's Mike from FrightMaps.
And you can say whatever you want. So next we have our, you can see sometimes we get disconnected. It's just how it is. It gets a little overwhelmed. So now you can see down here we have audio responses. These are all of the audio responses that you generated with the AI. So you can go back, you could see the transcripts, you could delete them, you could see what you want to sync to your Skelly. That's all right here. Okay. Second, the play all files. So if you don't have the Ultimate Duo plan, which allows you to sync to the Skelly, and you just want to play your audio files one after another, you could hit that button and it will go through every single one of these one by one and play. So you can see we're working on it. So now that we're connected, always look at that little connected green button at the top. So then we can go through any of our current voices.
Hello, my dear unwitting audience. I am the harbinger of chaos, the jester of destruction, the master of mayhem. Now, who wants to be my next victim?
So that's playing the audio responses you've already saved. Then let's go to AI settings. Here, there's so many voices you could pick from. And these, some are free, some are premium. But yeah, so we could pick, let's just say, let's pick a good one. FrightMaps Haunted House. The reply length, this is where you tell it how long you want it to be. So this could use a lot of your minutes. So the reply length and the maximum tokens, which is how long the speech will be generated. We won't go through that with you. It'll take very long to go through. And we have an estimated minute use. So, looks like 35 seconds there. We change the voice and we get to tell the AI, look, animate the Skelly when you speak. Change the eye patterns when you speak. So if it's talking about pirates, it might show the pirate. If it's talking about fireworks, it might show the fireworks or fire. Change the LEDs so it'll change the color as it speaks. And this is all AI determining what to do. And if you have fright lights, which is your Govee lights, or soon to have more compatibility, it can actually change them to either sync with your Skelly or be in contrast. So now that we have our voice, our reply length, it's going to animate for us. What we want to do is now go to the system prompt, say, hey Skelly, and you could say anything you want. You don't need to say, hey Skelly. Say hi to the world. It's almost Halloween. And what you want to do is be careful. If it's too short, it could get cut off. So you want to make sure you give it enough length to do that. So we want to ask Skelly to say hello to the world. It's almost Halloween, and with the new voice.
Why, hello there, mortals. Ooh, Halloween, you say. My favorite time of year, when the veil between worlds grows thin and chaos reigns supreme. I can hardly contain my excitement. So what mischief shall we get into, The possibilities are endless.
Okay, and then so you could have fun with that. You could change the voices, the reply length. As you can see, he's animating. What's hard to see is the color changing. In this one, he did not change the eye patterns, but you could actually, give him prompts to be more specific. We also have the movement controls, so you could do the head. You could do the arms. You could do the torso. You can do all on, all off. Then you can actually set the lights yourself in here. So you do that, apply color. You see it's green, a little blue. We'll go darker blue. And you can do all that right here. Device files, you can sync them up. So refresh. And these are all the files that are on the Skelly. So these are the ones that if you're in sensor mode, so these will be where your default ones are. You could add more files. So you can see we could play, we did that earlier. You could add a file. So you could change the eye patterns. Whoops. And then you could, And then you can go down to upload, save clip. And here's all your clips, and you can name them so you know which is which. Let's sync our new 10-second clip. Agree. You could rename it, and we could name this YouTube. Now, this is important. It's going to take a little bit of time. Bluetooth transfers are extremely slow. If you pick bigger files, it's going to take an extremely long amount of time. So once these sync, you'll see a success. You do not want to interrupt during this process, or they won't show up. If you have older files, they might need to be regenerated with the new compression that we have done. Um, but that's just the way it is. This just the way the controls are for this particular prop. Um, and we have file uploaded. So now we have our YouTube synced to the Skelly. We can play it back.
Now, was it Bob or was it Phil? But how can I be sure you're not just trying to trick me? Fright device.
Here we can also change the eye patterns. So here's everything in a nutshell. You have your AI minutes to generate the AI audio, make Skelly speak so he talks the audio coming out of your FrightMaps, the system prompt to tell the AI how you want the responses generated, give him a personality. You could load the community. You could speak directly to voice, so if you know exactly what you want to say, you could use that. The audio responses are everything that you generated that gets saved here. The settings is where you determine the voice of the AI and the length of the reply and what you want the AI to control. You can manually do the movement controls to the Skelly. You could change the color manually. And then the files on the Skelly. So they're the ones when you put it in sensor mode, not in Bluetooth mode, they're actually on the device, on the prop itself, and the eye patterns. So that's everything you could do in the FrightMaps app for now. We will keep bringing more and more features. Thanks, guys.